We're going on a road trip for Dawn's birthday. We're going to do things that Dawn wants to do.
We're going places.
We are going places. Dawn, are you ready for your birthday weekend?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's do this. Today we're on an adventure out of the state of Tennessee. We're going to be going through North Carolina, South Carolina, and we're heading our way towards Charleston. A little overcast day. And we're going to start this adventure, like I said, here in English Mountain. I figured to stop and just say goodbye to the mountains for now. We'll be back. We'll be back for the Big Bear Mountain opening. We'll be back for the Buc-ee's. But for the next couple weeks, we're going to be doing Dawn.
Dawn's birthday. Happy 50th.
Yeah. So Dawn, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, let's do this. Well, Yeller Jeep, are you ready for an adventure? Mm-hmm. Oh, you laughing? Uh-huh. That's what he says.
It's got a voice.
Oh, it's got a voice?
Yeah.
Well, let's go, Jeep. Let's go. Our first stop is here in Newport, Tennessee, and not too far from home. We're gonna fill her up and head on our way. So gas is $3.19 and premium is $3.94. So folks, we are on the road again. Of course, happy birthday to Dawn.
Yay.
There's gonna be a lot of happy birthday coming up. So we're on 40, heading towards North Carolina. We just went through Newport, and you're super excited.
I'm excited.
For this whole 2 weeks. We're gonna be doing Dawn things.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So what does Dawn want to do on this trip?
Take a cruise.
Take a cruise. Off here at the first rest area in North Carolina, their welcome center. We're gonna go take a potty break and see if there's anything interesting here. So we're just gonna take it easy heading towards Charleston, and we're gonna stop and smell the roses along the way and check out this rest area. I have a little waterfall here. Yeah. And then there's a bronze bear just over there. We have made it. Welcome to North Carolina. One of these days we'll visit Biltmore. So North Carolina is a great state. You got coastline, you got mountains, so much to do here. But we're not going to be here very long today. We're going to be heading towards South Carolina. That's our main focus for today. But North Carolina is not too far from home, so we can come back whenever we want and visit. We are here at the Visitors Center in South Carolina. We have made it to the Palmetto State. Come discover waterfalls. And one of these days I want to get back and check out all these beautiful waterfalls. There's a lot of them too. This one here you can see from a bridge. And normally we go to Myrtle Beach. Of course, we've been there many of times and have all fantastic shows and even a Paula Deen's. But this trip, well, we're going to be doing historic Charleston, and yeah, we're gonna see what it's about. Now, I've never been there before, so it'll be a first time, but first time for everything, right?
The parasol has a face on it and its tongue sticking out.
It does, it does. And they have daytime and evening carriage tours. That sounds like fun. And then they also have the South Carolina Aquarium there also. And there's Fort Sumter. Yeah, we won't be visiting that, at least in the video, because that's a national park. Welcome to the City of the Dead. This is one of the things I wanted to see, the Hunley. It says weekend tours. So they're only open Saturday and Sunday, which we'll probably end up missing that because we won't be here then. But I will have to make a trip back. They were very helpful in there, and they gave us a great big bag of brochures. I mean, like a big thick bag. So I don't think we'll have a problem of finding things to do. I remember as a kid, Mom and Dad always brought a cooler with sandwiches and things to eat. And we would sit at these rest stops and have a lunch. That's what we did. You don't see that much anymore. In fact, you very rarely ever see anybody use them. But this one here is really nice. It's got a nice covering, and oh wow, they even have a little swinging bench over here. You can just, yeah, little swing. This is going to be a lot of fun. We haven't explored a lot of South Carolina. We always find ourselves traveling through it, maybe stopping here or there. So spending a day or so is going to be great. Of course, Charleston, I'm so excited for that. And a lot of history there. I don't think one day is going to be enough, but we'll try to scratch the surface, and if we like it, we'll come back, right? That's a cool thing. When you like something, you can make plans for the next time. So it's the Battle of Musgrove Mill, State Historic Site. Straight ahead. We're now on the back roads of South Carolina. So the daily park admission is $3 for adult and $1 for children. And drop the payment in the box. I guess we're good to go to explore this battlefield. And I'm assuming it must have been coming up this hill, so the battle must have happened just over here. But it looks like they have a visitor center. We'll go over there and check that out first. We were coming down 26, and we just saw the sign and decided, what the heck, let's do this, you know? Let's explore things that, you know, most folks don't pull off the road to see. And so it said it was an old mill, but as we got closer, we started learning that it was a battlefield. Because I like old mills, you know? Yeah. I don't know if there's even a mill on here. There might not be. So this would be Revolutionary War history. We've been doing a lot of Civil War. So they have a living history weekend, which we're gonna miss coming up actually this weekend. And they reenact and all that. That's cool. Here's the millstone fragment from the old mill.
And Wolf, the Redcoat commander. We were in a bad spot. Our horses, and the men for that matter, were too exhausted for a full retreat. And we knew the Tories were probably forming at that moment to advance on us, boldly charging down to the river to engage the enemy. Our lone Colonel Williams ordered us to hold our fire and rely on our cover to steady our shots. I gave orders not to fire till the came within range.
They got a really nice little gift shop in here. So many little collectibles and a little bit of everything in here. Even some hiking stick tags there, and the little red coats, little bears.
Lieutenant Robert Mackenzie of Fraser's Highlanders amazingly recorded a near victory.
This is what the militia would have worn during the battle here. And then, of course, these are your red coats. Yes.
This one, you can take a picture of it.
So there's a lot of hiking trails around here, and we're gonna go over to the battlefield. And this is a great big battle that was fought here during the Revolutionary War, and what they said, quote unquote, the British got their butts kicked here, and it was a huge win for the revolutionists. So yeah, we're gonna drive over because you can hike all this, but we're on a time restraint, which I would love to hike all that, but you can also drive over there too and see the battlefield. And there's a waterfall too, so we're gonna check that out. So the Welcome Center was really cool. They had a diorama in there, and you could hit the button and it tells you the whole story about what happened at the battle. Like I said earlier, the British got their butts kicked. That's what they said. And yeah, it was really cool. It's actually very interesting, the history. The site of the Battle of Musgrove Mill during the American Revolution, August the 18th, 1780. There's a little depiction here of what happened. And on the evening of August the 18th, 1780, 200 Patriot militia left their camp on the Broad River and rode under the cover of darkness to surprise an equal number of Loyalist militia camped at Musgrove Mill on the Inor, I think it's how you say that, river. When they arrived in the morning of August the 19th, they discovered that the Loyalist camp had been reinforced by an additional 300 soldiers, so they were outnumbered. And so they were outnumbered, they were outranked, outclassed, I guess what they called it. And the Patriots won this battle here. Pretty cool. I never knew about this history. And yeah, kind of when they do their reenactments. So it feels like it's going to rain on us. You can actually feel that moisture in the air.
Oh boy.
And it's cooler today. I think we're in the 60s.
Yeah.
So it is a nice day to, just relax and walk through the woods. But we're a little afraid it's going to rain. Oh, and there's a beautiful waterfall. And they call it Horseshoe Falls. Yeah, let's go check this out. Oh my goodness. Well, I can see the reason why folks were swimming here. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's got this really nice sandy beach. But take a load of that. Yeah, Horseshoe Falls. South Carolina has a lot of history and a lot of beauty too. And who would have known if we didn't get off the expressway, slow down, smell the roses a little bit. So it looks like there must have been an old bridge here at one time. You can see the pillars, and it continues going off that way. There's a lot of turtles There's a whole rock over there filled full of turtles. I'm zoomed all the way out and there's quite a few turtles on that rock. Well, howdy. You guys are South Carolina cows. Your grass is really, really green. It is. We're just cruising along here. We drove a few more hours and we come to this town called Summerville. And they're known for something, well, truly Southern. They are the birthplace of the sweet tea. And you can see a great big huge jar mural painted on the wall. This is where sweet tea started. Summerville is about 20-25 miles outside of Charleston. So let's go ahead, let's explore Summersville, see if there's any other sweet tea goodness. And I like to try to find a place that maybe serves some sweet tea, seeing that we're here in the birthplace, because it's only right that we have sweet tea.
Sounds
here.
wonderful.
And I think that's how they traditionally serve it. Of course, it's got lemon, some ice, maybe a little mint julep or something in there. I guess you can make it many different ways. And it says right over here at the bottom, it says hashtag birthplace of sweet tea, Summerville Chamber, and also visit Summerville. And how sweet tea got its start here in South Carolina is because this is where all the tea factories are at, or this is where, you know, all the tea was manufactured, or however they do it is how I did it. And somebody said, hey, let's add a little bit of, you know, sugar and some lemons, right? Of course, your Jeep is the color of a lemon,
Yep.
right? So you add some lemons, you know, it becomes a daily ritual, especially if you live here in the South. It was hard to find, but we found it down this alley. It is the world's largest sweet tea. They call him Mason. Oh yeah. So he's 2,524 gallons. Yeah, that is one huge sweet tea. Yeah, and it's in the Guinness World of Records. You see that? So I'm wondering if at one time this was actually filled, you know, like with real sweet tea, right?
Oh, it might be.
Right? Mm-hmm. And this is just the jar. Oh yeah, see, Summerville, South Carolina, Guinness World Records. And then there's just a little painted rock. Looks like someone decorated.
It's hollow.
It's hollow?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you know what?
tea in there?
I think there was tea in here, because you know what? This is actually a kind of like a you know, like for, you know, they put water in.
Yeah.
Huh. The world's largest sweet tea, huh? So,
It's hollow.
so let me ask you, where sweet tea was made, it was made in Summerville, and it's also home to the world's largest sweet tea on top of that. We ran into some locals. We asked them, where is the best sweet tea in all of Charleston? And they said 5 Loaves Cafe. Healthy, fresh food. And this is where we're gonna get our sweet tea on. It's in this old-timey South Carolina home. You see that? Oh, they even have little mason jars up there and an old door. That's really cool. And it's definitely got that southern charm. You can sit right out here on the patio and get your sweet tea on, right? Of course, you have one of them fanny packs, right? Are you starting to get old now because you...
I think I'm making a comeback.
Oh, you're gonna make them a
What
comeback?
if we
Well, I won't wear no fanny pack. And this is what we have come for, the sweet tea. And the place where it was created, right here in Summerville. Of course, we got to see the great big, the world's largest sweet tea. And now we're gonna enjoy the sweet tea. Also, we're gonna get some dinner while we're here because they have a really good Southern flair I noticed on their menu. So we're gonna try some of that out. And they brought out some bread over here. Ooh, and it smells really good. It smells kind of fruity. They got some olive oil there you can dip into. It looks good, Dawn. It looks just like it did on that mural. What does it taste like?
This one's good.
Is it good?
It actually has some,
Yeah.
like a little bit of raspberry in it.
And we heard they had the best, so you know.
It's not too sweet though. It's not overpowering.
Well, that's the way I think it should be. It shouldn't be like, it should be a between the two, right? Oh wow, that is very, very good. You know, it's perfect. You know, it's not over sweet. It's not like sugar. You know, you don't taste the graininess. And yeah, wow, that is, I can see the reason why this is the best. Yeah, well, let's get into that bread. So I guess you dip it in that, and it smells kind of like vinegary sweet, doesn't it? Yeah, go ahead and give her an old dip there. You're turning red. You don't like it? You're turning red on that one. Wow, look at that.
It's too vinegary.
Too vinegary?
I'm not sure what it is, but it's too vinegary.
Yeah.
I was hoping it tasted more like olive oil or.
It's vinegar. Yeah. So it's making you pucker a little bit, right?
Oh.
I'm gonna try some of that vinegar on the bread, right? First, the bread is really good. Good all the way through. Got a nice crunchy outside. And it's got like a hint of like raspberry or a berry flavor in it. I think it's raspberry. And it is vinegary. And that's what you were getting. You were getting the vinegar. But I like it. I think it's great. Of course, I like salt and vinegar chips. I like everything with vinegar on it. But you don't like vinegar, so I think you were hoping that it was going to be like olive oil, right?
Olive oil, garlic,
Yeah. I think it is olive oil, but they mix
rosemary,
in.
or.
I think they mix in, you know, the vinegar in there. Today is day one. It was mostly just a travel day to get over to the East Coast here. But today is day one of your birthday week, right? It's gonna be like almost 2 weeks when it's finished. What do you think so far?
So far, so good. We've seen a waterfall today, a broken down old mill,
Yeah.
and
A battlefield where
battlefield,
this country was started, technically, yeah.
visitor center, and home of the sweet tea.
In the home of the sweet tea. This is really what sets off, I think, today was coming to Summerville here. I've been wanting to do this for a while because I wanted to see the birthplace of, well, of course, this southern treat, you know. I think everybody who thinks of the South thinks of sweet tea, and there's pretty much no better place to do it but here where it began, right? We're gonna have a nice dinner tonight. Then we're gonna go check into our hotel. Now the hotel isn't really fancy tonight. It's just, you know, a night stay over. And then tomorrow I think we're gonna get up and check out Charleston. That will be in tomorrow's video. And yeah, it's turned out to be a beautiful evening here. You know, you notice there's like the moss is hanging from the trees. And you can see the old, like, you know, that South Carolina look, you know, on the homes. And here's my pork tenderloin. I got a little bit of sweet potato, and here's some greens and onions over here. Looks and smells really, really good. And Dawn, what did you get? So you got
Steak,
so you got
Brussels sprouts and potatoes.
So you got the sirloin, some mashed potatoes, some of the dipping sauce, right? And you got Brussels sprouts, right?
Sprouts.
So that's a fillet, and you had it butterflied. Now she said that the steak here is probably one of the most ordered items that they had. What do you think about that?
It's tender. The flavor's there, I guess.
Go ahead and try the
Potato.
little bit of the mashed potatoes.
Mashed potato tastes like it's homemade with a little bit of garlic in it.
Put a little bit of garlic. It's probably lumpy. Yeah. And some Brussels sprouts, huh? The sweet potato is really good. It's got a little bit of brown sugar in it. Very, very good. A little bit of the greens, a little bit of onion. Wow, the greens are really interesting. They have a little bit of vinegar flavor to it, but very, very nice. And that's the pork tenderloin. So the pork tenderloin has got like a honey glaze to it. It's very, very good. Definitely on the sweet side. That was 5 loaves, and it was really good. In fact, the iced tea was really good. The iced tea was really good, and yeah. Across the street from 5 Loaves, we noticed this dancing fountain they have here.
Oh, it lights up.
Yeah, it lights up too.
That's neat.
That is cool. First time I ever saw this, I was at Disney years ago.
This ain't no Epcot.
Yeah, and it's saying it was like the same thing.
It has like blue and green lasers in it.
Yeah, it uses like LEDs and stuff.
Yeah.
And like pretty soon they'll come out of there. There they go.
That is neat.
You know you're on the southern East Coast when you see this moss hanging from the trees. You see it a lot in like Savannah and St. Augustine and everything else. It's even started over here on this tree also. We don't always show these rooms when we're on the road, but this is just a basic room here. It's a Quality Inn just outside of Charleston. Nothing too fancy, just for tonight, right? Just for tonight. Of course, they all come pretty much with a little desk, microwave, refrigerator. A pretty big refrigerator at that. But it's very clean. I like that it has no carpeting, especially in these type of places here. Little picture up there, I'm guessing that's Charleston there. But yeah, just for one night. And here's the bathroom. Very, very clean. You know, it's been all remodeled just recently, according to the reviews. Folks, that's gonna do it for today. I think we're gonna relax a little bit. I'm gonna edit the next video. We started a day out in the Great Smoky Mountains. We said goodbye to them. We drove through North Carolina. Into South Carolina, we saw that really cool battlefield during the Revolutionary War. That's pretty cool. I got to see a beautiful waterfall called Horseshoe Falls. That was amazing. And we ended the day up with sweet tea.
Sweet tea was
What'd you
really
think about
good.
the food?
I like the sweet tea. The food was okay.
Yeah, the food was okay. But the sweet tea was amazing. Of course, having it in the town, the birthplace of the sweet tea, makes it all so much better, right? Folks, that's going to do it for today. Here, well, just outside of Charleston, South Carolina. So tomorrow, that means we're going to Charleston. We did about 400, just under 400 miles today. Guys, we love you, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.